Alright, so let me start with a question. Have you ever kicked off an AI coding agent, walked away to grab coffee, and then come back wondering, is this thing still working or did it completely go off the rails? Yeah, same here. Today, I want to show you a GitHub repo that's been quietly blowing up because it tackles exactly that problem. It's called ralph-claude-code by frankbria, and it's basically an autonomous AI development loop for Claude code with intelligent exit detection. And I know that sounds kind of abstract, but stick with me, because this is one of those small, sharp tools that can seriously change how you work with AI coding agents. So what is this thing, really? At its core, ralph-claude-code is a shell-based automation loop that runs Claude code autonomously. Instead of you sitting there, prompt by prompt, command by command, this sets up a loop where Claude can keep working on a task, iterating, refining, improving. And then, this is the critical part, it knows when to stop. That might not sound exciting at first, but if you've ever used agent-style AI tools, you already know the pain. Agents can loop forever. They can almost finish, and then keep tweaking. Or worse, they hallucinate new tasks and spiral into nonsense. This repo is designed for developers who want Claude to actually behave like a disciplined junior engineer, not an over-caffeinated intern. And the fact that it's written in shell is kind of brilliant. No massive framework, no heavy dependencies. It just plugs into your existing environment and orchestrates Claude code in a very Unixy, composable way. So who is this for? If you're a developer already experimenting with Claude code, or honestly any autonomous coding workflow, this is for you. Especially if you like automation, scripts, and tools that do one job really well. It's not trying to be a flashy UI or a startup product. It's a power user tool. Now let's talk about the key features, because this is where things get interesting. First up, the autonomous development loop itself. Once you define your task, the script continuously feeds context back into Claude code. It's basically saying, here's the current state of the project. What's the next step? Claude makes changes, evaluates them, and then moves forward again. This loop keeps running without you manually babysitting every step. That alone is a big productivity boost. But here's what really sets it apart. The intelligent exit detection. This is the magic sauce. Instead of looping forever, the script watches for signals that the task is actually done. That could be Claude indicating completion, no meaningful changes being made anymore, or output stabilizing. In other words, the loop doesn't just stop randomly, it stops when the work is actually finished. That's huge. Another feature that matters a lot is that it's transparent and hackable. Because it's shell-based, you can open it up and actually understand what's happening. You can tweak the heuristics. You can adjust how strict the exit conditions are. You can add logging, notifications, or safety rails. You're not locked into a black box. There's also a strong emphasis on staying aligned with Claude code's native workflow. This isn't reinventing Claude, it's wrapping it. That means you still benefit from Claude code updates, improvements, and behaviors, while adding automation on top. That's a really smart design choice. And finally, it's lightweight. No long install process, no container circus. You clone it, read the script, and you're basically ready to go. That's part of why it's resonating with experienced developers. So let me walk you through a practical use case, because that's where this really clicks. Imagine you want to refactor a medium-sized code base. Not just one file, but multiple files. Tests included. Normally, you'd prompt Claude code, review changes, say continue, review again, and repeat. That works, but it's very hands-on. With ralph-claude-code, you define the goal up front. Something like, refactor this module to improve readability and add missing tests. Then you kick off the loop. Claude starts working through the files, making incremental improvements. After each iteration, the script checks, are we still making meaningful progress? Are the changes converging? Or are we done? You go do something else. Answer emails, review PRs, touch grass. And when you come back, the process has either completed cleanly or exited because it detected there was nothing left to do. No infinite loop, no half-finished state. In a real-world team setting, this is powerful. You can run these loops overnight. You can standardize refactors. You can even experiment with letting Claude handle low-risk improvements autonomously while you review the final result in the morning. So why is this repo trending right now? I think there are a few reasons. First, autonomous coding agents are having a moment. Everyone is experimenting with AI that codes by itself, but a lot of people are running into the same problems. Lack of control, lack of stopping conditions, and unpredictable behavior. This repo directly addresses that pain. Second, Claude code itself has gotten really good. As the model quality improves, the bottleneck shifts from intelligence to orchestration. Tools like this solve the orchestration problem. And third, developers are craving simple, understandable tools. The community reaction has been very much like, oh wow, this is obvious in hindsight. That's usually a good sign. When something feels obvious after you see it, it means it's solving a real problem cleanly. To wrap this up, ralph-claude-code isn't flashy. It's not trying to be the next big platform, but it's a sharp, practical tool that makes autonomous AI development workflows safer, calmer, and honestly more professional. If you're already using Claude Code, I think this is absolutely worth checking out. Read the script, run it, break it, modify it. That's kind of the point. If you found this useful, hit like, subscribe if you want more deep dives into tools like this, and let me know in the comments, are you trusting AI to code autonomously yet, or are you still hovering over the keyboard like a nervous parent? I'll see you in the next one.